This is Jason Reed Pratt, author of Cry of Justice! Have you ever wanted to settle into holding back the Italian 10th Army from descending down the passes of an African escarpment and expanding their attempt at recreating the Roman Empire by rolling early World War II tanks and other equipment into Alexandria and Cairo in order to pass the Nile and seize the Suez Canal about 100 miles behind you, which you're supposed to prevent with only a quarter of their numbers? Me too! Fortunately, I'm learning how to play the earliest scenario, Operazione E, of BK War Games Desert War, 1940 to 1942, published by Matrix and/or Slitherine Games, and having set up and started my defense last episode, I'm now ready to play Day 2, 6 a.m. to September 14th, 1940. September. That was dumb. September 14th, 1940. Hopefully this time I'll remember to actually use my artillery park instead of, alternatively, not using it. I should really be keeping a checklist of assets to parse down each turn. Now, a major theory for my defense has been to mess with the enemy's command and supply by whomping on their highest level headquarters whenever I can see them. But maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Maybe I should be sending my scouts over to Bardia, and then, once I've seen it nicely, I should be hitting that with my planes and ships instead. No point doing that this turn, but I can try setting it up for next turn. Let's see how well that works. I'll set my scouts over there, as well as my direction finder, which I'll need to rest soon. That should be 5 points of scouting, and the DF will have a nice 3-point radius to it too. The intercept team I'll put down here on this divisional headquarters, where, my 3 bomber squads all seem rested. You go, guys! I'll give my counter-air and intercept squads some time off today to rest, for this turn anyway. My boats are rested and ready to go, but I don't have a really good headquarter target I can see well yet, so I'll set them to... Actually, I'll set them to counter-air and intercept missions. My arty part can defend. I'll put the Terror on interdiction along with a cruiser and the others on counter-air. I'm assuming those are cruisers. I really haven't checked. My 2 shorter-range artilleries will go on defense. And my longer range... I'll plop a few shells on the one headquarters, regimental apparently, that I can see the best. No reason to move anyone anywhere else yet, so let's get ready to welcome visitors this morning. Doom, 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 doom. We go doom, 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 doom. We go doom, 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 doom. We go doom, 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 doom. We go doom, 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 doom. We go doom. First up, some artillery decided to shoot at my scout decoys in solemn. Tires my guys out a bit, but it doesn't hurt them much. That's odd. According to this, what shot at me was a regular and heavy anti-tank battery? How is that even possible? There they are on the map, marked with arty fire locations to show where the shooting comes from. The answer to this riddle, I think, is that the game has built-in rules about misidentification, which is common in the better Fog of War games. That's a good thing, for gameplay's sake. It means I can have a general idea of what I'm seeing, but until I get more information I might be very mistaken. And maybe the game is doing the same thing, seeing a headquarters in Solemn that's only a harmless scout platoon. There's my airstrike on the divisional headquarters. Hardly seems worth it, but it's more effective downstream than the same damage on a lesser headquarter. Notice, down on my record of the fight, my short-range but accurate electronic intercept recon hasn't helped the bombers. Stepping back quickly on my map, I can see it hasn't changed my results any this turn either. So, yeah, I can't tell yet if recon results this turn will help bombers. Speaking of bombers, there's the Italians visiting my arty HQ park. Not much problem here for either of us. I should check in the next planning phase whether I can feasibly roll up my anti-air reserve guns to here and have them supplied. Also, speaking of recon and bombers, let's roll north a bit and see what recon picked up at Bardia. Not a lot yet. I knew about those 2 stacks already, I think, but more might show up in the next planning phase. An air and arty attack on the Solemn Barracks. No coordination with a ground attack. This, however, looks like a ground attack from 2 directions. Combined with some enemy arty, maybe? Yep. Which, notice, increased their attack's intensity to medium. But the effect otherwise seems nerfed by my defensive arty, which is good for me. Their 10th Army effort should have helped them, but according to the odds shift table, it must have counted as a ground assault from air power, and my better quality on average shifted me back. Their organization was terrible due to mixing regiments and maybe brigades. I don't understand at all what the difference in ground attack and ground defense values mean. They don't affect the basic or the final odds. The odds should be more like 1 to 1.6, but still reads as 1 to 2.5. That could be a bug, or I don't understand the rules yet. Anyway, the most important thing is that we caused 3 to 1 casualties for the same exhaustion against them. That isn't really so great though, since I think they outnumber me totally by 4 to 1. As for my long-range arty bombing, I almost might not have even bothered. Maybe I'll put them on defense next time. Next up, the ground attack on Solemn. Now, see, these arrows would indicate a ground attack from 2 directions, but there doesn't seem to be anything in this hex. Was it annihilated afterward? Let me step back and forth on the replay a bit. Oh my gosh, yes! Look at that. I don't even need to see the results yet. Well, yep. 2 eliminated. 50% casualties and exhaustion on the other 2. That tank unit should not be attacking us in the town, much less from rocks. And we seem to have accrued only enough exhaustion from wiping sweat from our eyes as we shot them. Epic defense. Which, of course, was set up by my prior good defenses here. The AI is sending in badly exhausted and wounded troops rather than wearing me down with fresher ones on a rotating cycle. I expect this is it, except for moving... no, there's some arty. But where did it land? What was that? More infantry? Yep, a rested regiment arrived to throw itself fruitlessly at my lines. Not so great for them, but... I'm clicking around, but I don't find anywhere that their arty was shooting at. Weird. Oh, okay, I washed back through and I found it. It's just some uncoordinated hits on my barracks. Is that all for this morning? Yep. So let's look at some results. I got 11 points so far, 4 and 4 from holding ground, or if you look at it another way, 1 and 1 through 4 turns, and 3 for destroying some enemy units. The enemy still isn't sending any counter-air or interdiction missions, so those are helping me out directly and hampering his air missions. Let's look at future reinforcements and withdrawals. On turns 13 and 18 we'll be getting a little more help, but the withdrawal tells us that the help will only last for a day. At this rate, that's fine. Do I see anything more appear near Bardia? Not really, no. A corps headquarters seems to have arrived down here, though. I'm not at all sure that a bombardment by anything on a mere supply hex will hamper anything in this game. But anything I can throw at a corps headquarters will hamper many units downstream. Still, if I can't see it well, I can't hit it well, and my recon forces clearly need some rest, so I won't use them this turn. Maybe not for the rest of the day. Regular air plan for counter-air and interdiction, then... This regimental headquarters is one of the 2 I can see best, and recon suggests this hex is nothing much more than a headquarters park. So I am definitely bombing this hex back to the Stone Age. In fact, I'll send in all my air squads, everything. I still won't send in air scouts or electronic recon, they're too tired. But I think I'll try my maneuverability. It seems to give an odd shift from air support. That could be helpful. All the ship guns too. And my long-range guns, just to make the rubble bounce higher. Shorter range guns will help on defense as usual. And I think that's it. No need to move anyone yet. Let's see what's up for lunch today. Doom, 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 we go doom. I was just going to step through the turn without much comment, but then I saw literally every artillery on the board open up on that poor scout platoon. What did that do? 17% damage from all of that? Okay, you go, guys. I'd rather you be doing that than increasing your attack tempo on the ground. There's our lunchtime delivery. I'll look at the air attacks on my barracks first, though. Wow, I punched back hard on them with my anti-air, and they did nothing to me, not even exhaustion. Now, what about me hitting their headquarter park with what looked like their core artillery reserve, too? Almost not worth bothering. I had 3-to-1 odds against them, but I rolled low, too. Only 1 on the die. And I still couldn't see them well, I guess. Notably, my test for the ground assault odds shift from maneuver didn't pan out. Nothing happened. That's disappointing. My air units took twice as much damage coming in than everything gave to them. But as long as they're sitting around, I'll eventually rest my recon and be able to scout them better. Then we'll see. Okay, I'm just going to wash through the rest of this turn with some quick zooms to battle results. And dusk falls, day 2. I'm going to keep giving my electronic warfare a rest, but I think I'll send my scouts over the headquarter park. They've rested up a bit, and they'll get double rest overnight. The ships aren't tired at all, and that regimental headquarter with the defense I can clearly see, meaning I should be able to hit it good, is tempting. Actually, I think I'll shift the ship fire there. I'm a little worried about all these units maybe trying something tonight at the pass, and that headquarter commands many of them. I'll set 2 of my artillery to defend the pass too, and the other to defend the barracks. That's everyone. No need to move yet. Oh, looky here! The first unknown Italians are approaching Sofifia. No reason to do anything about them yet. That does remind me, I wanted to check if I could feasibly send my reserve anti-air battery to the artillery park. But no, the brigade range is too small. Onward to dinner then! Doom, 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 doom. Bless its heart, that decoy scout platoon deserves all the medals, doesn't it? My ships didn't do so great, but I rolled low, and artillery really works best when concentrated a lot. Wow, I called that 3-way attack right. Very messy, and they got a lot more hurt than I did. I wish I had gambled on a full maneuver effort there. I might have hurt them even more. Oh well. Another ill-planned attack on my barracks. And another 2 enemies eliminated. Feed me those points, boys! That ends day 2. And checking the score before I quit for the episode. Wow. Look at the points I racked up just in the past 2 turns. I had, what, 3 points from enemy destruction, and now, blam, 33 points! The Italians are starting to crumble a bit against my defense in the north, but they've also started arriving near my southern defense, and I don't really know yet how much farther they might be driving around me. Will they keep molesting my bullets with their bodies as they fall off the escarpment? Will the first patch arrive soon, and will it make them smarter, or only make my entrenchments more effective, the way they should be? Tune in next episode, when once again it'll be our turns of We Go Doom. Doom, 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 doom. We go doom, 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 doom. We go doom. We go doom.